The one before
The one before this one.
Yeah,
so,
on 7th September.
Right.
At St. John's Grammar around Achimota. I went to sit for an exam. That's mathematics. You know, they normally write their core subjects on the weekends. Okay, so I was actually searched before entering the examination hall. And then in the course of the exams, the female invigilator walked up to me and then she asked me to take off my veil. Oh, because I didn't want, distract the examination. I just took it off and then continue writing. And I had only a black hairnet cap on my head. It is known that about 66. She wanted me to take that one off, which I resisted. And I didn't even mind her. Then during the exam, another invigilator walked in. But this was while you were writing your paper, just like everybody else. Yes, just like everybody else. I don't know who he was. I don't know, maybe he was kind of like an external invigilator or something, but I've never seen him before. And in the morning when I reached that campus, I didn't see him. Okay, so he asked the lady to search me. I was actually in long sleeves. So he asked the lady to roll my sleeves up, just like this, like roll it up to search me, like kind of like search me thoroughly. To check you were in the whilst I was in the room, writing your paper. And then he went like search her to see if this is meat. Oh dear. And not any foreign. She's not carrying any foreign material because I was wearing totally loose clothes. Like the sleeves were loose and the pants I was wearing were also loose. So that was for the paper one. Right. Yes. So when it was afternoon time for the second paper, you know, she actually made me take off my veil. So I didn't bring it back to that examination hall. I only had the black hairnet cap on. She told me I couldn't enter the examination hall, and I asked her why. She was like, because we don't allow veil in, and then I had to take off the hairnet. I'm like, I've already taken off the veil. I only have the hairnet cap. She was like, no, you will have to take it off. It's not allowed. Then I looked at her like, I thought Kofi Jedu made mention that you will be searched and afterwards you can have it on. But your case, you asked me to take off the veil, which I did because I just didn't want any trouble or something. Then she told me, well, fine, if you are not going to take off the cap, then you don't have any paper to write, just go. So I was kind of like stranded and devastated. I didn't know what to do. So I went in search for Kofi Jedu. He was actually the man that kind of like helped us in the morning, like directed us to the halls we'll be writing our exams and made some announcements. So he then asked another invigilator to follow me back to where I was writing. Right. The name of my invigilator was Vera. So he told the other invigilator, who was an old man, that he should tell Vera to search me. She should search me. And after searching me, she should allow me enter. But I wasn't having the veil on. It was only a hairnet cap like on my head. So upon reaching there, Vera did as she was told. Then she was still not kind of like convinced like that I'm being allowed to wear the hairnet cap. Then she was like, okay, fine. If I want to enter the examination hall, then I should fold my sleeves to my elbow before entering, because she wanted to be sure I wasn't carrying any foreign material. But you were searched. I've been searched already. It's not like I just entered and I wasn't searched or something. So I had to actually roll up my sleeves to my elbow before she allowed me to kind of like enter. I'm so sorry about that. But how did that make you feel? Well, I kind of like felt embarrassed. You know, as a teenager, you wouldn't want such stuff to happen to you. I mean, shouting at me in front of, even though the people over there were strangers, like we were 30 in the classroom, and like drew all attention, all eyes were on me, like the attention alone. I was actually crying. Oh. I just had to just. I'm so sorry. Sorry right now. I just had to kind of like make sure I didn't go aggressive or be violent towards her. Right. And just sit down and just write my paper and left. So sorry about that. That's fine. But this is the height of it. I mean, that people don't care how they make others feel just because they are veiled. What do we do from this point on? How do we handle it? You started a campaign. I've been part of this campaign as well. Excited about it. But what do we do beyond this?
Well, I think that the issue goes beyond she just being a woman.
Right.
But people fail to understand the intersectionality around people. Like, she's a woman, she's a young girl, she has a Muslim name, and she uses the veil. So it comes with a whole lot of package that people have to learn to process and accept. For me, mine will be different from her. For me, I am a woman, I have a Muslim name, I use a hijab, I am a mother, I work full-time. So people need to understand the intersectional nature of human beings and how it affects them when they are behaved towards differently. Now, going forward to, I think that we need to, I know NCC has been doing a good job with our constitution.
Right.
But maybe we have not done enough education on the constitution, or maybe we have not used means by which people could easily understand the constitution to educate everyone. Because our constitution is very clear, especially on the issues about discrimination and marginalization and exploitation, that you cannot discriminate, and the constitution defines what discrimination is in the sense of that constitution, that you cannot discriminate against anybody by virtue of race, gender, ethnic identity, religion, and it is very clear. And this instance repeats itself in all cases in the constitution, from the first page to the last page. It keeps talking, it repeats itself, that you cannot discriminate against people based on this. And the other issue has to do with Article 21C of the Constitution. It is clear that people have freedom to practice any religion and to manifest their religion in a way that is comfortable to them. Right. So if I am a Muslim and I want to remain a Muslim, and the way I can manifest this religion is by using the veil, it is my right. It's a constitutional right. It's not something I am begging you to accept or bend. It's something that I have and what has been guaranteed as a citizen of this country. Maybe people do not understand, but another trend I have seen is that mostly this issue of hijab is normally with individuals, not institutions. Because in 2014 it happened. Former President Mahama made a whole statement about the hijab issue when it happened in Ghana Health Services. It happened again. Minister for Inner Cities and Zongo, Mustafa Hamid, made a strong statement that his work is to protect Zongos, Muslims, and he's ready to fight that battle with his last breath. Now, recently, Ghana Health Services has done a press release about the hijab issue when it came up. Mental Health Authority has done same. WAEC in 2013, when it happened in Takoradi, Jimsa and the two individuals it happened to took WAEC to court, and they had an out-of-court settlement. Unfortunately, the settlement they had was very good because it is stated very clear in that settlement that it is not the rules and regulations of WAEC for Muslim women to be for you to harass a Muslim woman, or for you to say that you will not allow a Muslim woman to enter an examination hall without a veil. It is against the rules of WAEC. But unfortunately, what I see wrong with that settlement is that there is a clause that says that WAEC will take enough steps to publicize this, make publications about this to invigilator and to the general public. That is what WAEC failed to do.
Where are the publications?
I can't find any because I've been trying to trace all these publications and I haven't found any. But if WAEC as an entity had done that, I'm not sure Fola-Shade's issue would have come up. So I think that we need to move beyond it is not my issue and take it up as a personal thing. It is Fola-Shade today and she is brave enough to come out. What if it's another person who decides that I will not write the rest of the paper? Again, I'm done with WAEC. You affect the person's life forever.
Exactly.
Get it?
Asmau, I want to bring you in. Way forward. Way forward.
Yeah, so way forward is just going beyond the fact that this is enshrined in the Constitution. Just going beyond that there are policies and there are presentations and press conferences, and there has been write-ups about the reason why the Muslim woman should be allowed to manifest her religion the way she wants it. We need to go beyond that. We need to get into action about it. How are we really living all of those writings, okay, because these are the experiences that we are gathering. There's multiple. Since this campaign started, there's so many stories that has been gathered. Those who don't want their faces to be seen are texting anonymously and saying, this is it, this is where it happened. So we need to just, let's look at this, like I said earlier on, as a joint effort. We have to talk about this together. We don't want this to be seen as it is their business, so let them deal with it. It is a national business because we are humans, because we are Ghanaians, because we are productive, we are contributing to the development of the nation. And if we are talking about holistic development, and I keep repeating that, and you want to leave a very important, significant number of people behind, what are we really promoting? How holistic is the agenda that we put forward as a nation?
So let me take some of the messages coming in. This one says, Selikem, this is Thelma here. A very intriguing conversation you have here. I find it interesting that Muslim women in particular are being victimized for wearing veils. Christian women also wear veils too, as do Jewish women. The Catholics' portrayal of the Virgin Mary is always of a veiled woman. I just don't get it. There are churches that don't allow women to attend without scarves or head cover. What about that? That's the question she's asking. Vincent from Ashaiman says, please, I want to know if there's a quote in the Quran that supports the wearing of the hijab. Are we going back here? Vincent, are we? This one says, I've been harassed before. I was going to school when my headmistress saw me on the way, and she took me in her car and harassed me in the school later, and she suspended me for 2 weeks because I was wearing a hijab. This happened in 2008. I was in junior high school, and in my second year, this woman totally harassed me. And these are some of the stories that we need to share to stop the trend. Good evening to you and your panelists. From Ubaida in Kumasi, what some of our non-Muslim friends should know is that the fact that some Muslim ladies don't wear the hijab doesn't mean those who want to do it shouldn't. Hashtag hijab is an identity. Francis from Doma says, good afternoon. I hope this program is live. I don't agree with the girl child with hijab at school. This is a message. What if all other religions do the same? What if boys wear caps? Come on, this is wrong. So Francis from Doma, I'd like you to respond to Francis.
Yeah, sure.
That a girl child should not wear hijab in school. What is wrong with that?
Well, I don't know
Exactly.
on what basis, what orientation or on what background he's coming from to say that he doesn't think. What does it contribute? Does it not allow my daughter to be able to hold a pencil to write? Does it hinder my daughter's movement in school? What does it contribute?
And that's
to the
exactly
girl?
why I read that
Yes.
message,
Yes.
Francis. This one says, I'm not a Muslim, but a friend of mine was asked to remove the thing from her hair, and I felt very bad. I mean, this can be embarrassing. I mean, when you are there. This one says, hello, I'm Suleiman. I'm relaxing and enjoying the show. You said it all, Sister Bash and Asmau. If I'm going to speak about this issue, I won't finish now. So let me relax and enjoy the show. God bless you all. And the beautiful host. It's time for us to go and wrap up. I really appreciate all the messages coming in. This one says, my name is Sadia Abdul Karim. I really like this program. May Allah bless you for today's topic. Thank you. This one says, I'm Rashida. I'm really enjoying the show. Haji Asmau, I love how you are handling and explaining the issue. This discrimination must end. And this one also says, Salamu alaikum. I really want to thank the young ladies for the hijab they are carrying out recently. It's sad Muslim women are sometimes asked to take off their hijab in our institutions. Discrimination against the hijab is discrimination against Islam. Allah will surely make you victorious, inshallah. From Jabir Abdul Karim in Yechi. That's the last of it. We have to leave the studio, but quickly just chip in a few words before you go.
All right, so I would just say that perhaps not to really answer to any of the, and thank you for those who send their comment. Just to add that we keep repeating that this is, if you want to look at this in a very narrowed lens of this is a religious thing and it's the issue, let them deal with it, then we have failed. Just as we have failed a lot of activism that has started. This goes beyond a religion. This goes beyond an identity. And if you understand what it means to say, I lose myself and into something else, then you probably appreciate what it means to say, this is who I am, and just let me be who I am. And everybody should be left alone to be who they want to be. I think it just is just a generic thing I want to say.
Fola-Shade.
Right.
everyone, gather around. Chibi Maruko-chan is about to